Jason Crump, if you had a bet on Ryan Sullivan, Lee Adams, Michael Carlson or Todd Wiltshire, then you're about to earn some money today, because certainly it's good money. Now, Ricardson, as I said, has gone out in controversial circumstances. Jonathan Green has just caught up with him. Brave lad.
Well, I know you didn't agree with that at all, did you?
No, I don't know why the green light never came on. We were all standing there, and I think I saw Thomas as well, like, what's going on, you know? The green light never came on, so I thought something must have gone wrong, because we stand there for seconds and seconds and seconds. So then when I just raced up, boom, the green light comes on, and I just lost my concentration. But I will be in new GP in a couple of weeks' time.
Well, you've got a smile on your face, but it could be very important in terms of the overall World Championship, couldn't it?
Yeah, but I'm used to this. I'm getting excluded and losing points. It's no problem.
You're riding so well, you'll fight another day in Slovenia, won't you?
Yeah, it was a little bit too bad. I was feeling really good out there on the racetrack, and I hope for a little bit better result than this, but there you go, you know, let's racing.
Well, we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Jonathan, well, nothing puts the man off, does it? I mean, you've got to say, he's smiling about it now. He feels like he was robbed. It was a problem for him indeed. It just upset his start-up, didn't it?
Yeah, it's a familiar position for him. It's happened to him before. He's a true pro. He knows he's still got a lot of rounds left. He's got to make it happen.
And we've got Lee Adams there that's in red, so we'll keep an eye on him. We'll spell it right for you as we go. Todd Wiltshire in blue, Michael Carlson in white, and Ryan Sullivan there in yellow. That is the final for the Egg 2002 British Grand Prix. This is the final race of the night. It's been drama and excitement all of the way. You've not missed anything as we've covered it live here on Sky Sports. We've even got the rain coming through the part of the roof that's open at the moment to wet part of the track and not the corners. A fantastic night's racing here. Let's cross then back to Kelvin Tatum and Tony Millard for the last time as Sullivan, Carlson, Wiltshire and Adams, and you'd have got good money on them at the betting shop if you'd gone for it at the beginning of the meeting. They line up then to see who's going to be the British Grand Prix champion.
Lee Adams, Todd Wiltshire, Michael Carlson and Ryan Sullivan. None has ever won a Grand Prix. This is the 45th Grand Prix of all time, and we have 4 riders. The man that wins this will win his first ever Grand Prix. Lee Adams, well, we've said so often how frustrating it's been for him. He's always been one of the top riders. Could it be a first for him? The fast skating Todd Wiltshire goes from gate 2. Michael Carlson wearing a lucky 7. He goes from gate 3. And on the outside, Ryan Sullivan. None has ever come better than second in a Grand Prix.
No, you did right. I think, to be honest, I'm rooting for Lee Adams here because he's been around the scene a long time. He's a really professional guy. Even tonight, he's never won a Grand Prix. Everybody said he should be winning Grand Prix. He's so consistent in all the leagues. He's had a hell of a tough night tonight. He's been knocked off his bike at least 3 times. He deserves a win.
The Australian rugby team has had some great times here in the Millennium Stadium. In this final, it's 3 out of 4 Australians in the final. Lee Adams from Mildura in Victoria goes from the inside. Todd Wiltshire from Sydney, he goes from gate 2. Ryan Sullivan from Adelaide goes from the outside. Michael Carlson, the representative from Sweden on the inside. Away they go. A real flyer again from Todd Wiltshire. Wiltshire in front in the blue helmet colour. Second place Adams. Third place and coming through in a second in white is Michael Carlson. Round the outside goes Ryan Sullivan. A tremendous final.
Whoa, Ryan Sullivan's going to go from 3rd to 1st. What a race by Ryan Sullivan. Fantastic lap, but Wiltshire's hit in front again.
Whoa, Wiltshire in blue, Sullivan in yellow. A ding-dong battle here between these two. Half the race is gone. Half of it still to come. Ryan Sullivan will get 25 points here to take it to 58 if he dead level berserk, and Ryan Sullivan, what a ride by him, what a night for him. Kelvin Tatum, he's a very, very happy man.
Of course he is. He has ridden outstandingly well. He's been in top form all season. That was such a brave move he made down the outside. He gave it all he got, and he got the just rewards. And no doubt that he's absolutely delighted. Just being congratulated there by his compatriot. Todd Wiltshire gave it all as well. He made a great start, held the inside, but Ryan just generated all that speed around the outside, and absolutely superb.
The fans are celebrating, the supporters of Ryan Sullivan are celebrating. Everybody's celebrating what's been a fantastic night for British Speedway. It doesn't matter which team they support. Even the fans that came here to support Carl Stone, who was sadly going out earlier. It's a long journey back to work into tonight, but they know they've been to a pretty special occasion. And Kelvin, you've been a world champion at different. What's it like to be like this?
Well, you know, the feeling is very difficult to describe, but the sheer joy that you feel. There we see the result on the screen. Sullivan, of course, winning. Wiltshire in second. Michael Carlson in third. That lucky number 7 just running out of luck at the end there. And of course, Lee Adams at the back in 4th place.
Well, certainly. Jonathan Green's in the pitch.
Yeah, let's see if we can get him. Ryan, fantastic. How does it feel?
Oh, I'm absolutely stoked. You know, I've finished second so many times, and I'm so desperate to win it tonight. It's awesome.
You're the champion of Britain. Well done, mate.
Thank you. It feels great.
Go out and enjoy it.
Thanks.
Ryan Sullivan certainly enjoying himself. We saw Todd Wiltshire there. It's a happy day for the Australians because, well, there are not going to be 3 of them on the podium, but this man's going to be on the top of it. And those Australian flags are very, very prominent here. It's happened before in the Millennium Stadium for their rugby team here. It's happened again here. And certainly Ryan Sullivan on the back of that motor is certainly going to go round all the way to the podium. And, well, I'm sure that champagne will be flowing, and the photographers already waiting to get the pictures that'll be in the Speedway magazines, the national papers, and much more. And Ryan Sullivan getting the plaudits of a tremendous crowd, the biggest Speedway crowd in Britain since 1981. When at Wembley, Bruce Pennell won that world title.
Yeah.
Kelvin, it's an occasion, isn't it?
Oh, unbelievable occasion. I think this stadium is just, you know, they criticised this stadium, you know, how much money it costs when they built it for the Rugby Union World Cup back in 2000. But who would have believed that we would have such wonderful events here? The FA Cup final, now we're having the 2nd British Grand Prix here, the Egg Grand Prix. You know, the entertainment on tonight, I would argue anybody that they would see a better entertaining event anywhere in the world.
And have you seen a rider looking more happy? Ryan Sullivan, what a smile, look.
You know, it's his first GP win. Who's to say now that he won't go on and win several more? He can believe that he can do it now. He had a little bit of luck go his way with Riccarton getting knocked out before the A final, but he took full advantage of it. He rode a blinder of a final and he pulled it off. And yeah, I'm delighted for him. And every rider tonight has put on a tremendous show. They've given their all. You've seen, you know, there's been no holds barred. There's been incidents throughout this meeting, and at times you didn't know whether to look left, right, centre, up, down, because there was action happening all over the track all the time. Truly incredible Speedway meeting.
Well, it means that Ryan Sullivan shares top spot on 58 points with Tony Ricardson. So there's John Postlethwaite congratulating him, of course. John has been responsible for all the organisation. 2 Australians going out there. And certainly Michael Carlson is getting desperately close now. He's on 43 points. There are 3 riders on 43. Thomas Gollop, Jason Crump and Michael Carlson. Lee Adams is on 42. But the top 2 are Tony Ricardson and tonight's champion, Ryan Sullivan. And certainly, well, what an occasion. There's Philip Rising talking to Ryan Sullivan. Third up is Michael Carlson to pick his trophy up here tonight. And certainly he's played his part. And Michael Carlson has made the final in 4 of the last 5 Grand Prix.
Yeah,
consistent.
Yes, he is. He's growing in stature. He's another, seems to be in his late 20s now, reaching his peak, both physically and mentally, riding brilliantly. Todd Wiltshire out of the Elite League this year. A superb performance on his return to these shores. He rode very well this evening. Within a whisker of winning tonight, actually, Tony.
Well, there's a real bonus too tonight for Ryan Sullivan because he gets the keys to a £20,000 Fiat van for winning this. And Speedway riders need transport, don't they?
They certainly do. He'll be delighted with that. He's probably got a very nice car already, so he may well be selling that. There might be a van outside for sale.
Well, there is Ryan Sullivan, and he's just about to mount the podium. Already we've seen the presentations. Roy Otto, the series over. There's Ryan Sullivan up there, and he's going to be presented with his trophy by Tony Williams, the Marketing Communications Director of EGG, and the keys to that Fiat van, the garland, the trophy. There's a key, and that is the key to that van. Ryan Sullivan have a happy drive home tonight. So will all these thousands of fans here at the Millennium Stadium. A night to remember for Speedway, certainly a night to remember for Ryan Sullivan. And Ryan, the 27-year-old Australian, races all over the world. Originally born in Melbourne, but of course South Australia now is his home state.
Yeah, he's rides for Peterborough in the Elite League, and he's been riding there. He's pretty much ever a presence in that side. He's grown. He's another one. He's now 27 years old. Here we hear the national anthem.
Of the Millennium Stadium here in Cardiff. Time for the fireworks, the flares. There may be some rain coming through the roof, but really, well, look at that. A night of celebrations, red, white, blue. The noise could almost be heard, I'm sure, 12,000 miles away in Australia.
I don't think this show is ever going to end, is it? It's just been drama and entertainment right from the word go. Incredible. I think this really tops it. It's a wonderful situation we have now here in the Great Britain, because we really do have a showpiece for the sport that really is second to none, Tony. I think that, you know, the other promoters in these other GPs are going to have to go an awful long way to top this sort of event.
I think they'd be pretty happy in Sydney if they had this when the Australians take over there.
Yeah.
And they'd like Todd Wiltshire to win. But, well, we've got two world champions in our studio, Sam Ermolenko and Gary Havelock. You're leaving one with me, Kelvin Tatum. But those lads are celebrating with a vengeance. Michael Carlson in third, Todd Wiltshire in second. But the British Grand Prix champion, Ryan Sullivan, has every right to celebrate. Keith and the lads, you've enjoyed it too, haven't you?
A big thank you to Tony there, and of course Kelvin Tatum as well. You come back up to some semblance of organisation up here in the studio. I've got to say though, gentlemen, that sets up this Grand Prix series absolutely brilliantly. Remember, we are finishing off the Grand Prix series this year in Australia, at Stadium Australia, and well, they do a pretty good meeting out there, I've got to say, and I think that the Australians don't want to be outdone. They love their sport. Ryan Sullivan now equals Tony Ricardson on championship points at this critical stage of the year. Tony Ricardson, well, it wasn't proved that he can be beat tonight, but certain circumstances can foil him. There's no doubt about that, Gary.
Yeah, firstly, I'd say full respect to Ryan Sullivan. You know, he had a fantastic race in that final there. He basically missed the start, he was third. And as I said earlier, it was he who dares wins, and he just rode right around the board there on the third and fourth bend and passed two of them in one go. And you know, I think it's been coming for a while with Ryan. There's something about him. He's a fast rider, and he's got what it takes to win. And I actually tipped him to win the last Grand Prix in Big Gosh, and he let me down, but he's come through tonight, so yeah, fair play to him.
He's still only 27 years old as well, so a lot of career left for Ryan Sullivan. There it is, the results. 25 points go to Ryan. Todd Wiltshire is on 20. He rode brilliantly throughout the evening as well. Michael Carlson on 18. Lee Adams just 16. We might have thought he took the win here tonight. I don't know why. There was a lot of money on him in the studio here. Lee Richardson, 5th place for Lee Richardson. Only 2 Grand Prix in his life. So the youngster for Britain doing it for us in 5th place. Tony Ricardson thwarted with that slightly delayed start. He pulled back, then came to the tapes, but it had rattled him already, and he ended up finishing out. These are the standings then. Well, 58 points say it all. Equal first, Tony Ricardson and Ryan Sullivan as we go towards the fourth round of the Grand Prix Speedway World Championship. Jason Crump on 43. He must be sighing some relief a little bit at Rickardsson having a problem there. Thomas Golob also equal on 43, as is Michael Carlson now. Adams just 1 point adrift on 42. Then just 3 back is Todd Wiltshire, and Mark Laram is still on the leaderboard, but got a lot of work to do. Well, what a night, I have to say. Kelvin Tatum's been banging on about it all day long in the commentary position. Sam, have you ever seen anything like this?
Nah, what a spectacle. This place is just buzzing all the way through. I wish I was out there, but me and Gary kept slipping out of the studio here, going in and taking a bite of that atmosphere. It's been just superb. It's been so good, you know.
Gary's wandering around like he's on holiday. He's got no socks on his feet. He's been out here with the Crump fans and signing autographs all night long. You've had a bit of a hell of a night here.
Yeah, it's been great, you know. Obviously with the studio being so close to outside, I'd much rather go outside and sample the real atmosphere than sit and watch it on the TV. It's fantastic, it's phenomenal, and anybody who's not been here, got to get yourself here next year, simple as that.
Yeah, be here next year, that's what we got to say, but just great. I mean, it's going to come right down to the end, I think, in Australia, if you know what I mean.
It is, as far as the Grand Prix Series is concerned, but of course, if you want some more Speedway, we've got it right here on Sky. We're always live. Great Britain versus Sweden, that's Sky Sports 1. Mark Laram versus Tony Rickardsson, part 2, we'll call it, shall we? That's on Wednesday, June the 12th, 7:30. Well, I've got to say, thank you very much, gentlemen, for being here. Gary Havelock, wonderful shirt, great atmosphere, nice to have you about. Sam Emelianenko, great suit.
Thank you.
Enjoyed yourself, boys?
Absolutely.
Always.
Fantastic night here at the Millennium Stadium. Thank you for everybody watching. Glad we had your patience because it was a fine event in the end. We'll leave you now with some memories of what happened here tonight at the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff at the British Grand Prix.
Talking about